NottsRockCast is an association with Regular Riot. Welcome to NottsRockCast, the Notts Alternative Scene podcast. And here is your host, Jethro D, bringing you everything Notts and rock.
And welcome back again, Notts Rockers, to NRC-054 over YouTube. This week we have two guys that live the rock and roll lifestyle. Absolutely. This is honestly worth listening to all the way through. And all of the podcasts are. So don't forget, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell to be notified of upcoming podcasts and shows.
Right, welcome here today. I'm in the ye old salutation snug with two members of Lippstikk. You've heard them before when I was at Macmillan Fest and wasn't too sober. So we're here on a Saturday afternoon, pub's just opened, and we're going to sit down and have a chat. So introduce yourself, guys, and tell us who you are.
Do you not want me to go first?
Just do it.
Hi, I'm Jesse Bones. I'm not Jesse Bones. I'm Dalli 6. I am the lead singer of Lippstikk, occasional bass player.
I am not Jesse Bones. I am the drummer from Lippstikk, but I am also Jesse Bones. You work that one out for yourself.
So many issues, so many all the time. How long we got?
Yes, today is an intervention. It's not a chat.
Oh, God. Another one. I've had like 3 this week already.
Oh, it's happening again.
So tell me how the band got started then.
So this story dates back to a long time when Nicholas Noir from the Corpses was known as Nicholas T-Cat.
Oh, right.
And some guy called Burridge, he was the original lead singer of Lippstikk, and they started a band. I got talking to Nicky. I was like, I can play bass. I couldn't really play bass.
Still can't now.
Still can't play now. And I joined, and obviously I became the bass player for Lippstikk, and then Zero was on the drums, and then we did that for a few years. But we sort of, bit of a joke, became the Sal's house band. Like that's all we did, and then we split up about 1 million times. You know, like Motley Crue, sort of.
Yeah.
Fucked off, come back. Fucked off, come back.
Just on a lower budget.
On a lower budget, and then it was 2016. It was 10 years since the original Lippstikk would have been formed.
Oh, right.
So I had this really crazy idea that I was going to reunite Lippstikk one last time.
And get the band back together.
Yeah, like, get the boys back together. And then it turned into this absolute shit show because Burridge, like 3-4 days before, was like, I can't do it. So then I had to get Zero to sing. And the 2 main songs that Lippstikk had at the time was 80s Kid and I Don't Want Your Love. And I was like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And literally, and that's how I started singing for Lippstikk. And then I just, like when you're in a band, like everyone believes in bands and stuff, but you have that one band that you love. And I mean, like, it doesn't matter how shit it is.
Yeah.
You love it. So I kept it going, and then...
Somewhere around this time, I was born.
Yeah, somewhere along this time, I found Jesse Bones in a basket outside my house.
Yeah, I came from an egg.
With a little sombrero on and a poncho. And that was it. And then I literally sort of chopped and changed. Zero was departed Lippstikk, so I was the only original member. I damaged my hand.
At some point.
Yeah, and I brought my friend Mick in to play bass. And literally this lineup that we've had has done so much more in 3 years than the original Lippstikk did in its whole time.
Oh, right.
We were the accidental lineup, and it was a happy accident. Like,
Yeah, like my children.
Yeah. I'll let you say it, not me.
Wow.
No, it was one of those happy accidents. It's falling over and finding a fiver while you're there, and then getting 2 for 1 on drinks.
And then and we've played some good places, haven't we? We've had some laughs. The beauty of it is how we keep Lippstikk as popular as it is and it has been is because we don't play all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So we play when we feel like playing rather than just like, let's bombard everyone with Lippstikk, because then it's like, it takes that shine off it. Like the Salutation Inn, for instance, we really play here like it is probably once every couple of years.
Yeah.
just because of playing here in the past. Obviously, it was just like playing here is just like, oh, you're just going to become the house band again, and it was like, no, I'm not doing that.
For those who heard our last interview, which had a lot of the wrestling puns and stuff in there, it's the Brock Lesnar appeal. We turn up once every 3 months. We don't quite get a massive paycheck in equivalent, but we turn up when we want to, and
we play when
we kick some ass, hopefully, either that or our own.
I mean, if you take into consideration the last time we played, which was my birthday gig in November, we did karaoke. And the room was almost as full for Lippstikk on karaoke as it was when we played.
We had we had about 4 people in the room then. So
no, but if you've been lucky or unlucky enough to see a Lippstikk show, you'll see we always pull in a crowd. When Tommy used to have the tap, he said to us like, "Where is everybody?" And I assured him that literally minutes into the first song, you won't be able to move.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, he came and gave us a big cuddle. He was like, "Oh, you were right." I was like, "Of course I'm right. I'm Dalli motherfucking 6, man."
It's the Wayne's World thing of if you book them, they will come.
Yeah.
As is, if you book us, people probably will show up purely for the intrigue.
Yeah.
It's the car crash thing of the rubbernecking.
Yeah.
And people, I think it's probably a thing of out of interest. They go, "What the hell? These guys are in like grease paint and stuff. They look half like a black metal band, half like T-Rex."
Yeah.
And we sound like absolutely neither. So people just kind of go, "What the fuck is going on here?"
And that is the beauty of it.
Yeah.
That's what we really enjoy.
So genreless then?
No, well, see, we had this because we'll give you a quick story. We've got the chance to be signed in America.
Oh, right.
We'll get to that interesting story from nowhere. But and they asked me like, "What is it you play?" And I was like,
call it?
It's like glam / hair metal /
It's got punk elements to it, pop elements to it.
So if you look at, let's take a pop punk band, for instance, and then you take a glam band, and then you take a metal band, and you have this really weird orgy.
Yeah.
And they all manage to impregnate the same bitch.
Right.
Glowing terms here from Dalli 6.
That's literally, that's how it is.
Okay.
And,
Can you get it?
No, it's cool. I was going to reiterate the same shit, but in a different way.
In a much
probably better terms.
Okay, now's your time to shine. Give us a quote of inspiration that you guys would say.
Don't do what Dalli 6 does.
Yeah. There's those things of what would Jesus do? And stuff like that people tell themselves. If you were ever to go down the road of the complete opposite and you really wanted to make some bad decisions, what would Lippstikk do is probably your best option. Nobody do that. Nobody use that because you will end up in jail or dead.
It's fair play. So, are you both originally from Notts? I can't remember asking any of these questions last time.
No, the last time we saw you, we were stone cold sober. You, unfortunately, was unconscious.
Right.
About an hour later, so were we.
I think I was halfway there. Like this time, I won't run off for a pint.
Yeah, you were Bon Jovi at that time.
Yeah, we're both from Nottingham.
Whereabouts?
I'm quite a posh boy. I live in Sherwood.
Oh, right.
Sherwood.
It's all doctors and dentists where I live.
Fair play.
Jesse lives in...
I grew up Arnold Way, by way of many different places, but that will be a different podcast in its own. It's like the ravenous, ruthless path. Grew up in Arnold Way. I've ended up all around different areas of Nottingham through time.
I can't tell you where the rest of Lippstikk are from.
No.
They're all from Nottingham.
I think.
We think.
Well, I mean, Mick was born in Delhi?
No, Mick's dad was from Calcutta.
Okay.
So Mick's...
Shows how much I know.
So, everyone's from Nottingham.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Cool. All right. What is your professions outside of the band?
I am a certified 100% moron. 40 hours a week, and the rest of that time I am a stuntman for myself with, doing all my own stunts of hurting myself, doing various acts of stupidity. But no, on a serious note, I am a structural welder, however many hours a week, if I can be asked to do things.
You see, for me, this is the second time I've been asked this question. And the life insurance people, I had to put, because obviously Lippstick's going to America, I had to put I was a musician.
Right.
Which they didn't believe.
They didn't believe until they Googled me. And obviously it comes up with all the stuff I've done. So literally, but officially I am a glazier, fit windows and stuff.
On a similarly related note of the Googling thing, don't Google my name. Well, it depends on the time of the day. Because
if you Google Jesse Bones after 11 o'clock.
Yeah, if you Google me after a certain time of day, different things will turn up. Because there is the things that are actually me, which probably turn up, before the watershed, shall we say, of doing various bands and various tours and this, that, and the other. And before I changed my name, I did not know this, but there is also a gay porn star that has the same name as me. So after the watershed, there is a chance, I can assure you it isn't me.
I've just realised.
You might find some stuff.
That's why Lippstikk has such a big following, because there's all these people.
This is it. People turn up and are heavily disappointed when I show up.
Wow. Okay.
You did not expect that, did you?
No, not really.
Not at this time of day, anyway. None of us have been up a long enough.
Are you sure you don't want to change your profession?
Well, I mean, I could probably earn more money doing it, but no, not for me.
Wow.
Looking at the Jesse Bones versus Jesse Bones, like...
Not in a steel cage match. Hell no. I will still probably lose.
Sword to the death.
Oh, God. What for the Google search rights?
Well, we can just talk shit now. That's the most interesting thing I've heard.
I kind of wish this was a video podcast for the sake of you would be able to see Jethro's face. At this point in time, I'm currently trying to find a way to reattach his jaw back to his head.
Slightly.
So yeah, before the watershed, Google me.
So, what compelled you both to be into the alternative scene if you class yourselves as?
Mine's dead easy. My dad hates tattoos, hates piercings, hates long hair. So literally when I was like 18, I was like, no, fuck you, man. I don't live by your rules anymore. I grew my hair. I got heavily tattooed in the space of like 3 months.
Yeah?
And then spent the rest of my life going, what are you doing?
Shouldn't have done that.
No, but that's the thing, like, obviously, when I had kids,
yeah,
and you go and pick your babies up from school and you turn up in the vest and there's somewhere you're just this heavily tattooed yobbo and you're like, oh, come here, little princess, and everyone's looking at you like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean.
See, for me, it's ideal because like a lot of my tattoos are unfinished, so my kids literally spend hours just colouring my arms in just for fun. So it's like
a cheap day out.
Yeah, it's a cheap day out. Oh, what do you want to do? I want to colour you something. Oh, that is right. Oh, I think it's more. The way I look is because I didn't want to look like everybody else. Because literally everybody, you walk down the street and you got the same 3 chavs wearing the same trainers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the way I look, like, literally, you can't see me, it's probably a good thing, but I'm literally dressed in Indian war paint.
As it stands
And a blazer.
And a blazer.
Yeah, brilliant.
And my own merchandise.
Again, this is the thing of people go for the intrigue of the car crash of whatever the hell is this. And myself with it was a bit of a bizarre one. I remember when I was at school, there was a guy that came in to teach drums. This was late primary school, going into secondary school, and I went, this is a great reason for me not to be in lessons. Like, because they would take you out for half an hour or this, that, and the other to go do these drum lessons, and I went, I kind of really don't like school. So I was like, okay, this is great, I can disappear for half an hour. Fantastic. Through that, obviously, started picking bits up and this, that, and the other. And around the same sort of time, my parents were introducing me to music that they got on with. So stuff like Michael Jackson, Motorhead, Guns N' Roses. And I was kind of like, this is a lot better than the stuff on the radio. Obviously, at that age, the internet was becoming a bigger deal in the world.
Yeah.
I started Googling around with stuff, and it was like, okay, I'll find stuff for myself. When I found stuff for myself, I was like, okay, this is cool. This is me. This is what I want to do. This is what I like. And just went from there with it. Like, went from the thing of my parents in my living room blasting Motorhead at 6 p.m, my excuses to get out of lessons in school, to being the absolute moron I am today.
See,
so,
thanks. See, he has all this, like, his parents introduced him. I literally did it to rebel. I was brought up on the Bee Gees and Elvis and stuff, man.
Yeah.
And literally, I used to go to Car Boot on a Sunday and they had a Nirvana CD. And then as I got into glam, I realised that you're not allowed to like Nirvana.
You're not allowed.
Nirvana killed glam. Grunge killed glam. But as I got older, like, the fact I have 2 ex-missuses will tell you that I have horrible taste in music.
And women, supposedly.
No comment, Your Honour. But yeah, so yeah.
I liked what you said about the fact that you wanted to do something different and not be like the three people walking down the street. And that in itself has made me think everybody that is in the alternative scene, even though it's kind of similar, but everyone's so different in the way they dress.
Yeah.
Even the likes of Battle Jackets. Like, there's not one
so
same. There's not one same Battle Jacket, is there?
No.
No, but I think you have to keep that bit of individuality, don't you? Like,
Definitely.
You know, we've all got tattoos. We've all got.
I haven't.
Oh. Well, you know, in our scene, you look
I'm
at
going
people.
to get one soon, though.
Yeah, you gotta get the nuts.
I'll tell you after. I can't really.
Oh.
Or else it's going to upset.
Is it my face on your face?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
No, you can't have a tattoo as worse than mine. Literally under all this wall paint, I have the words "I'm never going to dance again the way I dance with you" and a 13. So bad tattoos, I win.
Oh, I don't know. I have the cartoon of Macho Man Randy Savage that Dalli 6 did on me. So there's that.
See, the beauty of a tattoo is we have stupid tattoos. Me and Jesse used to work in a tattoo shop together. So when we had nothing to do, we tattooed. I mean, I've got a little Mexican hat somewhere with the word gringo for Jesse Bones. Because at the time, it was a really good idea.
You're telling me I've got some real dumb shit.
Yeah, it's like, on my body, I refused to. I had one woman's name on me, and then I swore I'd never again. So, like, for someone I was with before, I've literally got 13 scattered across my hand because I didn't want to get her name. And then the first time I actually put her initial on, she left.
So that went really well.
So I was like, okay, never again. And it's just that whole, you know, when I sit and talk to my kids, if you look at my tattoos, you know, they're brilliant in the sense of you can see what a dickhead your dad is.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're always a story of where you're at the time, and it's a cool reflection, and everybody has that shit where it's like, especially within the alternative scene, everybody has obviously different tattoos and stuff like that. Obviously, you get your regular ones and this, that, and the other, but everybody has that sort of thing where it's a reflection of them. It's a reflection of what they've been through, going through, gonna do, want to do. And it's the same with the Battle Jacket thing of like, they go, this is me. This is my iTunes playlist as patches all over me. Which, if you went through my iTunes, Jesus Christ, my jacket would look horrible.
Oh no, Jesse Bones won't admit it, but his favourite song at the minute is Ace of Base, I Saw the Sign. He loves that song.
I'm being currently tortured with that song by Dalli. Every time I get in the car, it is put on.
So literally, right, my phone, I will never show anyone the contents of my phone, my iTunes library, because I will literally, no one will call me Immortal Dalli 6, no one will call me a god anymore. They just go, you know what, go home. Just go home.
You'll be sent home and sent to bed without tea.
So, you know, like, if you've ever seen Lippstikk, the covers we play are all pop songs.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, I have this guilty pleasure of destroying pop songs. And
It's definitely
I keep getting Jesse to try and cover I Saw the Sign by Ace of Base, and I figured if I send it him, if I play it to him daily, he'll cave. And yesterday in the car, I was coming back from Leicester, I sent him a video of me singing I Saw the Sign, still nothing. So, Facebook campaign, Jesse Bones needs to agree to I Saw the Sign. The best thing is the song is awful. That's the best thing. But no, that's...
Yeah, if you want to morally and mentally punish me, vote for yes. If you want to somehow save your own ears... But potentially my sanity, go for no. That poll will go up with this podcast.
See, Jethro was like...
I don't think I've heard that song in ages.
Oh, do you know something? Allow me.
Unfortunately, we can't play it on the podcast.
Yeah, because we'll be demonetised and everything else.
I'll sing it to you.
All right.
I won't really. No. I can't sing. I've had one Jack Daniels. There is not enough alcohol in there.
I think that's something people don't talk about enough, is the fact that other than alternative music, rock, metal, and like hardcore and all that, there's quite a lot of songs that catch people. Oh yeah. I heard, didn't hear, I saw on Facebook, someone was talking about listening to Billie Eilish whilst they were at the gym, and I'm like, I still don't get her.
Oh yeah,
I'm told I should get her. I'm told I should get
it's everything you should.
I played it and I've gone, I don't get this.
See, my biggest downfall music-wise is ballads. Like, I am an absolute sucker for, like, you can't see it, I won't show it to you, but I have a Def Leppard tattoo.
It's great. It's fantastic. It's so good that it has to be hidden. It's like the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
You know, like,
No, just kidding. It's fucking terrible.
It's terrible. I have a Def Leppard tramp stamp, right? when I was like seeing my wife years ago, my first wife, she had a tramp stamp, and I couldn't handle it. I was like, I want a tramp stamp. And I literally got pissed because she used to live in Devon. I only saw her so often. I literally got pissed, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to get a tramp stamp. I literally went to some dude's kitchen, pissed out my face, gave him a Def Leppard CD and said I want a Def Leppard tramp stamp, and it is the worst tattoo I've ever seen. In all fairness, if you think Michael J. Fox, if you gave him a tattoo machine now,
Yeah.
that's it. It's game over.
That's the result,
That's what it looks like. And I've had my back tattooed quite a lot while I was in the shop tonight. I was like, I'm not having it relined. I'm not having it redone. It's literally will stay there as a lesson.
But as you were saying a second ago of the first ex-wife, Lippstikk shows, meet your future ex-wife.
Actually,
That should be our tagline. Fuck it.
do you know something? She has. I think my ex-wife's seen Lippstikk play about 4 times.
It's probably for the best.
It's like we don't talk about the reunion show because there's a really interesting, embarrassing story in there.
It's hilarious.
We'll get to that. But you'll laugh.
Again, this comes to the thing of if you want to make bad decisions, Lippstikk is for you.
Yeah, literally, it's the worst. We'll get back to that later.
So, I've got to learn, I've got to rephrase this one. But is there any special mentions about yourselves? Or something, or more details that people probably don't know, like a stamp collecting hobby or something?
Oh, God.
I know Jesse's heavily into wrestling, he can't shut
Oh,
up
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, no, that's true. Jesse, you know, that's why all our Lippstikk like promos are all
Cut like a wrestling
wrestling
promo.
promos. We spend the best part of our lives, you know. I once tombstone Jesse's bones in the tattoo shop and nearly broke his neck.
Yeah, compressed 3 discs in my neck.
Wow.
Thanks, man.
I collect Batman memorabilia.
Yeah?
Yeah, I developed this obsession with Batman from a young age, and it just sort of grew. If you look at most of my tattoos, they're all Batman
Somewhere in there.
somewhere. And yeah, I don't know. I love Edgar Allan Poe, believe it or not. It's the only book I've ever read.
Yeah?
That and The Hungry Caterpillar.
I love The Hungry Caterpillar.
So,
And Dr. Zeus, you know, with my kids,
Yeah.
Dr. Zeus, I told him it was for them. Nah, well, it was for me.
the thing is, if our shows ever got to the point of like wrestling shows where people have signs, Dr. Zeus, not Edgar Allan Poe because that's too metal. Dr. Zeus or the Hungry Caterpillar. Someone bring a sign of Dr. Zeus or the Hungry Caterpillar to our next show.
Do you know
which
what?
we have dates for later on in this.
If someone does that, I would give them my sweaty stage vest. We've already given one away,
Yeah.
although I did watch that.
Wow.
So at one of our next shows, which we will give you the dates for later on, because I'm assuming that's probably one of our questions. Someone bring a Hungry Caterpillar or Dr.
Jethro
Zeus.
ran out of questions.
Poster.
He just wants us to go. He's like,
No, not at all. I'm just allowing you to talk.
He's questioning his life
Too many times
choices.
that I get him,
You know, the
I
last
think
time-
I overtalk, so sometimes it's nice to just listen.
The last time someone said to me, I'll allow you to talk, I was told to answer no comment.
Oh, right.
Miranda rights, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Lippstikk, the house of bad decisions.
Yeah.
So, with regards to the band or in your personal lives, or you can do a mixture of the both, what hurdles have you personally faced and how have you overcome them?
How long have we got?
As long as you want.
So, okay, so this is not it's a bit of a laugh towards the end, but I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer in June 2018.
Yeah, I remember.
And on the 3rd of January this year, I was told it was gone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which is a fucking winner.
Yeah.
Because I did see the post and I thought, you haven't mentioned
No,
anything
that's
about that.
you see the beauty of it is I have this tendency sometimes if I have a bit of a mental meltdown that I will post depressing things on Facebook, and I decided that with my ex-fiance that I would not tell people that didn't need to know that I had cancer.
Right. I
Because
think that's...
Because people look at you different, dude.
yeah, you see the problem is you can take having cancer, but what I couldn't take is people feeling sorry for me. I mean, obviously, if you've seen the original pictures of me, I was a big lad.
Yeah.
Now I'm like half the size.
Yeah.
You know, people are like, oh, you're doing so well and stuff. And then when you say, oh, it's because I had cancer, everyone's sort of like, oh, you poor.
Yeah.
And I don't want people feeling sorry for me.
Yeah.
I do have this tendency, though, sometimes I have a bit of a meltdown and I'll post some jargon.
Yeah.
Which I've realised in the last week that, you know, it's a stupid thing to do. But, you know, there's people that stood by me that are still with me. There's people that are no longer here to finish the mission, but they stood, you know, that they helped me up when they needed to. I'm not mentioning names, but if she, whatever, hear it, they'll know that, you know, because of them. My children, obviously, were my biggest. I never told my children because they're babies.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want them to know. But we got there in the end.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think that's absolutely amazing, and that, as far as I'm concerned, when I saw that post that you'd written, I was like, that is Facebooking done properly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what came to my mind, and I'm glad I've been able to say it now because I've had a chance to see
you know,
so.
and everyone was so welcoming and so nice about it and stuff, and it was, but it was nice that only the people I wanted to know knew.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously I've known Jessie since he was 17. You know, I was with my ex-fiancée for 4.5 years. You know, my friend Joey, you know, she was there towards the end. You know, we sort of had this little close-knit circle that knew.
Yeah.
You know, because there was times when I was first diagnosed, we played Monroe Fest, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I was really bad. I could barely move that day, and it was stuff like, you held me up, didn't you? And, you know, and everybody else around sort of that had to know knew.
Yeah.
But everyone else just looked fucked. My hair, I remember my hair, because I barely had my hair. It was like, gone.
Yeah.
That was the scariest thing about having cancer, was the fact that there was a genuine, I could lose my hair.
Yeah.
But I didn't, so I was quite happy with that. It's just something I'm just glad to see the back of.
I think that's an absolute credit to your character that you just got on with life. Some things...
Yeah, I did get on with life to a sense, but at the same time, when I was at home, it put a strain on a past relationship, because it's not something nobody... You know, and the way that we found out was we got a letter that was supposed to go to the GP.
Yeah.
And then we was told after. You know, and it was just that whole... It was horrible. I remember having to ring you.
Yeah.
You know, and ring those closest to me and say, look, you need to sit down. It's not good. But when I lost hope, and there was a lot of times I lost hope, you know, there was 4 people at home that reminded me that I had something to go for.
Yeah.
And you as well. I can't leave him alone for longer than 10 minutes because you just...
Get myself into trouble.
Yeah.
Starts chewing his arm.
Yeah. You know, literally. And that was this whole beautiful thing that all these... I put on my Facebook, if you read the comments, it's not my victory, it's our victory. We did it.
Yeah.
You know, and even now I still credit, you know...
The right people.
I'm not mentioning any names, but... You know. And that was it. I literally, towards the end, my life took a bit of a car crash, but I needed a push in the right direction.
Yeah.
And I got there, you know. But it was... I'll be honest, I went to the hospital because I've been feeling quite bad, and I was expecting this. Yeah. It's game over. They did an ultrasound on my neck. He was really happy, and he said, you know, for the argument of the tape, Mr. Sixth, you know, we think it's gone.
Yeah.
And then he said, you know, we're going to have to deal with the fact it's Graves' disease now, which is a lot more easy to manage. So, yeah. And that was it.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, my shit's nothing. my shit's just like, I do stupid shit. People have, especially with this being the NottsRockCast thing, people will, you know, of me have seen my stupid escapades. A lot of that down to diagnoses of anxiety, depression, shit like that. Not blaming that on anything, I just do stupid shit. I'm willing to own up to it. I just get myself in trouble a lot and then immediately go, this was stupid. But yeah, I'm trying to avoid that now.
That's normally when the Sixmobile has to come out of retirement.
Yeah. The Batmobile comes out and usually does you just see the thwack noise sign, like in the 60s Batman. Yeah, you just see that pop up and then I end up disappearing from whatever stupid situation I've put myself into. But yeah, it's this thing of, for the sake of myself, those around me, band stuff, I'm just avoiding that shit now. I've come to the realization it's a really bad idea to put myself in those situations to begin with. So now we're dodging that, and then it's for a good idea. So Lippstikk, the house of good decisions on this one.
So yeah, no, after that, I think we should share the story of the reunion show. Because because obviously, we've sort of brought it down.
With the van?
No, this is with the 3 ladies in the front row during I Don't Want Your Love.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So
this is what we were on about earlier,
Yeah,
cut away from.
So the Lippstikk reunion show, big show. At this time, I was on and off with my ex-wife, but I'd also met my son's mum, and I was like, I didn't want to give her up, so I sort of like just tried to push my wife away, and I snuck to my son's mum's house, and I took a brand new Lippstikk t-shirt. Not, literally, we're going to sell them at the gig.
Yeah. This is the first line of these shirts.
This is the first line, so I was like, right, I'm going to take her one. So she's got the first one. And me being me was like, there's no way my wife will find out. No way. It's not going to happen. And then I realised when she walked through the door that she was wearing this cut-up Lippstikk t-shirt that I said were on sale at the sale. I was like, fuck. And I managed to keep them apart all night. Literally, I kept them apart all night.
Right.
And then obviously we played, we played up until 80s Kid. And then I decided, obviously, it was time for I Don't Want Your Love because it was the last song of the night. I was like, here we go. It's the old school.
Yeah.
Just playing the first verse, playing my little bass, singing my heart out. I happened to look up at this exact moment where my wife
is in line with one eye,
my son's mum is there,
in line with the other,
and this other girl that I'd been talking to was like there, and they were literally stood side by side. And on the original video, you could just, my eyes nearly explode.
and Bugs Bunny style.
So it's like, from my point of view, it's the bitch that broke my heart, the girl I was in love with, and this other escapade that
had been in the meanwhile.
Yeah. And literally, I could not. So I was singing the words to I Don't Want Your Love. It's not the nicest song in the world. Literally, I sang every word at my wife. And then the last bit is about wanting somebody back. I sang that at my son's mum. And then I just sort of like, I had to get off stage. And then obviously, I snuck off to meet my son's mum. And my wife was like, where the fuck have you been? I was like, I don't know. It's like, but it was just that single moment, like when you look up. Because, when you're playing, you try not to pay attention. I could see them all stood together. It was like, my life, it literally just come unraveled. Like, my wife's going to stab me. Obviously, my son's mum knew about my wife, but obviously.
You were going to be hung, drawn and quartered, and an option by which one was going to go to a different person each time.
You guys are proper rock and roll.
when we stop this, I will show you the video. You will see the exact moment of when my eyes explode. But yeah, it was the greatest thing.
Is it on YouTube?
No, it's not. It's on Facebook. But yeah, I'll tell you the one.
I was going to say, I need the link. I'll stick it in the show notes.
Do it. I will give you the Facebook link. I'll even make it public so you can see. You can circle that one.
You will timestamp it to where it happens. It's great.
Yeah,
cool.
Anytime I feel like shit, I watch that. I just go, meh.
It's the greatest thing ever. And obviously, me and my son's mum always used to laugh about it.
Yeah. It's one of them. It's fucking great.
It is the greatest thing in the world because it is just that whole. I never tried to keep my wife a secret because, people who knew me knew my reasons for going back.
Yeah.
But, me and my son's mum, we used to laugh about it quite a lot. And everybody I've shown the video to just laughs the bollocks off because you can see the exact moment my heart breaks and I'm just going to. If I was going to die on stage, it needed to be that moment. It was getting so excited. Literally, just like, if the big man upstairs had gone enough for you, Dalli, stakes off you go.
That would have been.
He would have done me a massive favour. So I literally went home that night and argued with my ex-wife, and then accidentally told her that I didn't want to be with her. I wanted to be with my son's mum.
He quite literally said, "I don't want your love."
Yeah, literally. So please listen to this song. It's literally this whole reason why I don't want to be with you.
Wow.
But I mean, there's a few of them. It's like the reason for the paint, which I'm not even sure we can go into without getting in trouble.
I don't think we can.
No.
I literally don't think we can. But now he's going to want to know.
Both legally and otherwise.
Don't mention anything that's going to incriminate you.
We won't mention names.
Right.
Okay, yeah, for the purposes of this, people's names have been changed.
Yeah. So we're going to refer to people as Thing 1 and Thing 2, Dr. Zeus.
Right.
Yeah. Basically,
Oh my god, someone come to the next show dressed as Thing 1 or Thing 2. Or the Grinch. In February.
And I will sign your ass.
Literally. Be it man, lady, or anything in between, he'll sign your ass. Quite literally.
Oh no.
Gotta hold him to it now.
I've changed my mind. So the war paint, because I never used to wear war paint, and I believe he was playing D-Gen Fest 2015. In fact, it was when I played DJ Fest because it's where I met my son's mum. And I got a text in the morning off Thing One saying, "Do you wear gloves?" I should point out for the purpose of this, my name is plastered across my fingers.
Yeah.
Okay? Puts it back on. So basically, I was like, "No, why?" She's like, "I've got a bit of a problem." I was like, "Okay." So my husband found the pictures. I was, "Excuse me?" What pictures? And I remember, do you know that sudden thought when you've sent a picture that you shouldn't be sending?
Yeah.
That exact moment, I was just like, fuck, okay. I literally rang Jesse Bones. I was like, "Have you got any gloves?" He was like, "No, mate." I was like, fuck. I was like, "What am I going to do?" He's like, "Grease paint." I was like, "Grease paint?" It's like, "Grease paint." So literally, me and Jesse Bones in the back of a Renault Kangoo.
Tiny little van. With all that gear.
I literally had all the corpses in the back of this Renault Kangoo because it's when I was in the corpses.
Yeah.
Literally, and we were driving to DJ Fest, just like, "Come here, you dickhead," and all this lot. And I met Thing 2, which is the lady's husband, and got away with it until the end of the night. I was drunk, very drunk. I was talking to Munro, bless him, who's no longer here. I was talking to my son's mum, and I ended up talking to Thing 2. And obviously, I got the girl dancers and that to take all my war paint off because you have to feel a bit like a god, don't you, occasionally?
Yeah.
And I was literally talking to this man and I was waving my hands in front of his face.
And this whole time, I am there trying to, like, imagine seeing a catcher in baseball, but the ball is a drone.
Right.
And the pilot's drunk. I'm trying to grab this hand and pull it out of the air because obviously in this photo that had been sent to Thing One a certain element of Mr. Six and also his finger tattoos which have his name on. He's flapping around. I'm trying to pull this hand out of the air like a pissed up drone. Trying to pull it out of the air because he's currently just waving his hand in front of Thing 2's face. And I'm like, he's gonna notice in a minute.
I remember it because Munro literally frog marched me back to Logan's mum.
Fan service. Wow. Lipstick style. And to avoid either an all-out brawl.
So basically, to stop Mr. Six having to fight dressed as a woman.
Yeah.
That's the only way to describe it. See,
wow.
This is why we wear the paint now. Now it's just for our own laugh. Like, if it pops us and makes us giggle, we will do it anyway.
And that's the only reason I still do it.
Yeah, we will find things to do that will make us laugh between ourselves on stage. The thing a lot of you guys don't see is a lot in our set, if somebody turns around to relay a message between us, it's not, we're going to this next section of the song, we're playing this next change of plans, anything like that. It's us trying to make each other laugh.
Oh, right.
And whatever pops like one of us and makes us laugh, it becomes a thing within the show at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll tell you the best thing we've done.
No. Well, there's one of them, and it gets me every time, but I'm quite lucky because it's one with Dalli, and it involves him being in front of me, so nobody can see me break, like, out of stage character or anything.
Right.
There was a show, I think it was probably the first show I played with Lippstikk, and now and again you'll see it happen. Dalli comes across, and he'll put one foot on the front of my kick, or if we've got a riser on the front of the riser. And this very first show, I'd had a conversation with him about what we all deem front poop.
Yes.
Which is when you have spandex on, you've got no way to hide your junk. It looks like you've got a poop in the front. And we'd had a conversation about it which went along the lines of, can you see the full outline and every single part of my junk? And I kind of went, no, you're good. Like, you kind of moved it to the side and all the rest of it. I went, you're good. Prior to the show, goes for a pee, comes back, things have relocated. I had no time to relay this message to him. So during that, it was either the first song or the second song, he comes over, goes to do his thing with the foot on the kick or the riser and this, that, and the other. And at this point, a section of a layer of spandex had ripped. And I ended up with what I describe, instead of front poop, as front diarrhea falling out directly in front of me. But the thing is, obviously during this show, we have our cabs and everything really loud on stage. Like, not a lot is changed from the volume of our cabs on stage to the volume at the front of house. So our stage when it's live is loud as fuck. And I'm trying to communicate to him while playing that his cock is hanging out. Because I know any second after this he's going to turn around and just swing bada swing with his junk hanging out. And now every time during our shows this happens, I have to do a quick check down, which is lovely.
That's why I went to the jeans. That's why I went to the jeans.
You can tell we're good friends when I have to be on cock watch during our show.
I think the worst one for that was the citizenship show, where we demasked. And I was doing this whole big speech, and literally, I thought I had 2 pairs of spandex on, I didn't. And literally, everybody was like staring at me. I was like, what's everyone's problem?
Yeah, you've got to remember,
you could see everything.
A lot of the stages that we play, especially around here, the salutation stages, it makes you talk about eye high. For me, because I'm about 3 foot nothing, it's above me. But for everyone else, it's eye level.
To say there's not that many people that see my junk, there's a lot of people that see my junk.
Yeah, whether they've wanted to or not, and that's not even a flash of joke.
That's why you'll notice now I have to wear the black jeans, because Jesse Mose was like, I am not staring at that anymore.
Yeah, I have seen your penis more times than I've seen my own.
Put it in a hammock.
Yeah, please.
It's worse, man. It's worse.
Right, let's take a break for 5 minutes.
Yes,
go and have
cool.
a cigarette, and then we'll get back to Knots and Rock.
Oh yeah.
Really read two that aren't text manuals. That's The Jury by Steve Martini and Heavier Than Heaven, the Nirvana biography, which was really good. Must get that again.
But yeah, the brief history of time is the Steve Martin thing. I just had to Google it.
Right, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's
Right, welcome back. This is the second half with Lippstikk. Well, 2 members as last time. I'm drinking beer now in this second half because I'm trying to take the edge off my hangover. And what are you drinking, lads?
I'm drinking a nice cup of English tea.
I'm drinking liquid crystal meth, or as it's formerly known, black coffee with more sugars in it than I don't know what.
I told you need to get into the American things, coffee.
Nah.
Coffee.
No.
We're going over there. You need to be giving it a coffee.
No.
It's like I've been teaching Jesse Bones French. He knows now to say Le Big Mac.
Yeah?
Just in case we play France, like we need to eat Le Big Mac.
Health by Lippstikk.
Le Grand Maché. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to.
Oh, God.
You know why there's only 1 egg in a McMuffin?
Go on.
Because 1 egg's an earth.
Hell. I know this is going to be like on a delayed thing when this comes out, but if you find me at any point in the snug of the Sal, I'm still rocking backwards and forwards from this episode.
I need to take you home.
Oh, God.
I promised Mama Bones I'd get you home.
Right, let's kick off this section, Knots and Rock, with what do you love and enjoy about living in Notts? Not so much the alternative scene, but Notts as a place.
Do you want the honest answer?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Cool, you're the first person to say
I
that.
literally, the first chance I get, that's, because Lippstikk obviously had the chance to go, I was literally the first one. I put my name down twice. Because I hate Nottingham.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing I have up here really is my son. That's it. My daughters live in Devon.
Yeah.
I hate the place. I think it's the place that drags you down.
Yeah.
I think people that have come here from different places, like, oh, we love Nottingham. It's like, live here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it changes your spin on
You know what
things.
it's like, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of things where it's the same no matter where you go. I mean, on and off, I've lived in Asia, lived in America for a bit, and it's that thing of there's the same thing everywhere. If you live somewhere, it becomes the norm.
Yeah.
I mean, because the Notts rock scene is quite not doing bad for itself. A lot of people move from other places. We know a few of them. And it's one of the things where it's very different when you live here. It becomes the norm and this, that, and the other, and yeah, your shit gets changed. But I mean, in the most backwards way possible, it almost works as a counter thing for the inspiration thing. Not to use the old pop punk thing of, I can't wait to get out of this town thing. But for us, I think it's the thing of, if we do this and we do this well, then we're no longer here. I mean, don't get me wrong, we got old friends and stuff around here and this, that, and the other. And
it's not the people, though, is it? It's the place itself.
It's the place itself. But I think, as I say, it works in that thing of, it's the most backwards way inspirational thing for us.
See, fair enough. You could talk about like the scene thing from Nottingham. Like the scene can be the most supportive thing in the world, but it can also be the most backstabby scene.
Oh yeah.
Like literally, you can put something on the internet, and then someone from your inner circle will literally send it to someone just to spur the shit. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you're gonna get that wherever you go, but
you get that in any part of life, don't you? Really?
Yeah, you do. But it's just that whole
because it's so close knit that like stuff travels a lot faster.
This is why I've turned round, because he always looks through the window.
Sorry, we have the sales chef waving at us through the window.
He appears quite regularly on my podcasts.
Say hello.
Can I ask you two a question?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, I've got makeup on.
Why have you not got makeup on?
Because I'm a man.
I don't know, man. I've groped you in many places.
You look quite beautiful.
Thank you. Good, thank you. I'm now concerned because I was going to say I've groped you in many places and I can reconfirm this.
Lighting.
Yeah, exactly. Under the right lighting. It's like a stripper. You know, you turn the lights on in there.
And more lipstick!
I'm completely lost what we were on about.
You know something? That has got to be one of the best things about Nottingham's Craig.
Yeah, that is the saving grace. It's Craig.
you know, like in Nottingham, I never understood, and I've said this to you a few times on a rampage after band practice on a Tuesday. I never understood, like, for instance, the South, it's the same people that have been drinking here for 20 years, living in the same circle. It's like, fucking escape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I tend to do this thing every few years where I go on hiatus.
And vanish.
Yeah, disappear. I'm quite good at disappearing. You know, I'll run off and find some girl I love and impregnate her.
Just look at her the wrong way and she ends up having children.
Yeah, you know. And then when you reappear, it's literally like nothing's changed. Like, I can literally disappear tomorrow for 2 years and come back and everyone will still know who I am. And you know,
which
what I mean?
in one sense it's nice, but in others it's kind of weird and
yeah. It's like time stands still. You know what I mean? And for the rest of us, like yourself, you know, with Jesse Bones, obviously changed jobs and stuff, and this is why we're looking forward to going to America to tour, to play, because it's just this whole, we won't be here.
Yeah,
live in the same scene. That's why we're very picky with where we play, because it's like
we don't want to overkill it, because then the interest factor goes down, in the sense of you can see something 1,000 times in one room, and after 5 it starts to get really boring, and then the other 995 times of that, are you going to want to pay for it?
Exactly.
Probably not. But I mean, on the Notts rock scene thing, there's as Dalli says, you know, there's a lot of bands that will look out for each other, and it's really cool. Like, I wish more bands would do it, because at the end of the day, you prop each other up, you make the whole thing better and bigger, and it benefits everyone. A rising tide.
I will take this moment to give a shout out to Matt Miner for that.
Yeah.
There's a drummer who used to be in a band called Afterburn, Matt Miner, and you know, you can ring him 10 minutes before you're going on stage, and if he can, he will literally drive from his house and bring you his drum kit.
As he did do for our last show.
But you know something, and Barry Savage as well, like Baz, them two combined.
Yeah, at the backbone, heart and soul.
Like, people don't give Matt and Baz enough credit for that, and obviously this is not a scripted thing, this is literally just them two. For me, like Baz, I see Baz on a Monday night, you know, we have a bit of a jam, have some dinner and stuff. And like Matt Miner, you never see him, he never moans, bless him, he'll just do it, and I think he deserves a bit of...
Yeah.
Can't drum for shit though.
Yeah. I'll teach him one day. But no, again with Baz and Matt, I mean, Baz has drove me around since I was about 16 for shows, because I can but don't drive. But Baz, especially with like the gear and stuff with his vans and stuff, he's driven me up and down the country. I've covered more miles with Baz than I have with most people I know. And then the same with Matt when I used to do the Notley Crew stuff back in the day. He would tech for me doing those shows just to make that impact of, you know, you see a guy setting his own shit up, he walks off and comes back on. That magic, shall we say, is kind of gone. So Matt used to do that for me, and he's on off done that for me for years, and I can't credit the guy enough. You know, but he's also the reason I can't drink Sambuca, because he used to bring me shots behind the kit throughout shows doing the Notley Crew stuff. A couple of times with Lippstikk. He's brought me drinks on stage, and he knows I can't drink Sambuca, and he'd bring on shots of vodka and this, that, and the other to hide, like a landmine, Russian roulette, a Sambuca shot in there, just to see my face reaction when I'm halfway through a song and realise what it is.
Yeah. We did get to give him back, though, because Matt Miner's a big Citizen Shit fan, my old punk band.
Yeah.
And he has the tattoo and everything, and that's, you know... And he was always part of our stage show, and he was the last gig.
Darth Vader, he's been all sorts.
He's been the terrorist, and he's been literally. You like to say he's the one person from this rock scene that nobody
credits enough
ever credits, and Baz as well. You know, like for instance, obviously you go out your way, you do your podcast, and people will be like, "Thanks now," but no one ever really like. Because, you know, we did one with at Milan Fest.
I think I'm going to have to get them on, aren't I, really?
Yeah. We was dead happy to get, you know, like, when you said, people said, do you want us to go on? And it's like, yeah, we'll do it, because we love you. You was my profile picture for a bit, man. You don't get that unless I've either impregnated you or
you've paid for it.
Yeah.
My profile? What?
On my Facebook.
Oh, what, with the picture of us?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, cool.
You know, like I say, and... That's the one thing the rock scene doesn't do is appreciate Matt Miner and Baz Savage.
Yes.
Cool.
Again, those guys.
I must admit, now that I've just thought about it, I've said several times, I wish someone would say they don't like it when I ask that question.
Yes,
but I think that when I ask that question, it intimidates people to say something nice, doesn't it? And I fully appreciate the fact that...
I won't.
No, that I came from a small town.
Yes.
And I lived in that town, and like you said then, everybody was doing the same thing day in, day out, and Weatherspoons, and every Saturday night, even though we could have gone up the road, you know, half an hour up the road was Reading, we could have gone to Reading, we didn't, we kept, and see, that's coming to Nottingham, well, first of all, it was coming to Mansfield, was such a breath of fresh air. So, of course, I'm still on the...
So you say Mansfield like a breath of fresh air. If we say Mansfield, it's like... Oh.
Well, no, I know that now.
I can't say too much on Mansfield. I mean, when I was a kid, there was the council thing within Mansfield did a lot of... weirdly enough, promotion for the alternative scene. They did a lot of the rock schools and stuff like that, which I did through being age about 15 to 18.
So you're a bit younger than me, so you're lucky to have had that.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was at school, like it was all Slipknot jumpers and, you know, the original goth. It's not original goth, but the goth that we know and love.
Yeah, no,
that's what it was when I was at school.
In school, when I was going to school, just outside of Reading, like, there was only two types of people. There was normal people and grungers.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not a grunger.
No,
I walked into school full on metal in my head.
Yeah.
And they're the only people I could relate to, and they were all into Nirvana, and that got me into Nirvana. And I was still like, have you not heard of Metallica sort of thing? And and then one person showed up, like towards the end of my school time, and he was into metal. And it was like, wow.
See, when I was at school, I was heavily into the Murder Dolls. Satan.
So we've just seen
Sammy Hex
of Hex fame and Corpse's fame floating by the window, flipping us off as he goes.
So we flipped him back.
Yeah.
But no, that was the thing. I was heavily into the Murder Dolls, like and my friend from school, like my brother. Literally the day we left school, the Murder Dolls were playing, and then afterwards, when I met Nikki, that's when I got into all this glam stuff. I mean, my first job, the guy called Matt, he got me into Motley Crue, and Def Leppard and stuff like that. But it was down to Nikki for, you know, your Tiger Tails, your Poison. Now I can't stand Poison.
Which is great for the sort of stuff we played, isn't it? But,
that's what I mean. It was just that whole... The scenes, the music's so different. Like I hate Metallica with a passion. I appreciate you might love Metallica, but I can't stand them. The drummer is just like
the bane of your existence.
Yeah, he is. I hate him. I don't know why, because he's like, I will play this to him. I will say this to his face. You're like the most basic drummer in the world, and you get to be in one of the biggest metal bands in the world
and still fuck it up.
And still fuck it up. The bass player from Metallica, I love that guy. He's nuts. I don't know his name.
Rob to Julio?
I can't
pronounce his last name now.
For this, we'll just call him Julio. But literally, like, he's the greatest bass player in the world. And obviously, you'd think with the name Six that my favourite bass player was Nicky Six. You're so far out of it, it's unreal.
Yeah.
My favourite bass player is Duff McKagan. Like, the guy can play guitar, he can play bass, he can drum,
Sing.
You know,
Cool.
I went
He's a really nice guy as well.
So I went for the Nicky Six thing for that, just because Dalli McKagan didn't really sort of.
Yeah.
Fair play. Right, can you tell us a myth or story about Notts or something locally interesting that you'd tell people that don't come from around here?
It's just the go-to. It's Robin Hood, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just literally that.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, Sherwood Forest is 15 miles in the other direction. So,
Yeah, it's actually nowhere fucking near.
I know that kind of really stumped me when I, excuse the pun for the tree. It really stumped me.
You can tell I'm still not having enough caffeine because that took me about 2 minutes.
Yeah, it really got me that when I first went to Sherwood Forest and saw the Major Oak, people were saying, "Oh, Robin Hood was round here," and then drove to Nottingham.
And then
I'm like, try doing that on foot. Or
That's going to take you a couple of days.
Actually, I'll tell you a legend that's worth telling of Nottingham. You probably don't know it because you're a wee bun. It's a Bendigo the boxer.
Don't know it.
No, right, so basically there's an old bare knuckle boxer who's buried down yonder somewhere. Look it up, Bendigo the boxer. William Bendigo somewhere or other. And that's, you know, his grave's down there, and that's good. My dad told me about that story. The council have made this whole big thing about him now.
Oh, right.
So literally, if you go towards Snetton Market, you know, I'm crap with directions. Towards Snetton Market, you've got like the play park on your left. It's literally, he's in there.
All right.
And literally, go see him. It's this big white marble thing with like a lion on it. It's brilliant. And then
Look that up.
Look it up.
Yeah.
And the other myth of Nottingham is that Jesse Bones did not hatch from an egg.
No.
Counter to popular belief, I did not hatch from an egg.
And there is one myth that we need to put to bed now. There's a myth that Brian May lives in Papawick.
Right.
He does not.
I thought it was Ravensden.
No, he doesn't live anywhere near Nottingham.
Does he not?
No.
Yeah. Okay. See,
He did have a
that's
house.
interesting because I've been lied to.
But Freddie Mercury's sister does live on Mapley Top because
about 10
I
minutes
changed
walk
the
from
glass
my
there.
Ah.
So she does live there.
So Brian May doesn't live anywhere near Nottingham.
No, nowhere near. He's
How
never
the hell has
even-
that been a myth?
I don't know. Someone asked him once and he said he's never even heard of Papawick Village.
Wow.
So there you go.
I can't remember the name of the pub, but as you
That's it, literally.
drive along the
It's on the
road,
left. Griffin's Head, yeah, on the left.
yeah, everyone kept saying, "Oh, that's where Brian May drinks," and I'm like, "Cool." And then I thought, "Oh, I've started this podcast. I'll see if I can get him on." And cheers.
Sorry, man. We've not only brought you up, but we have also crushed your dreams.
That's it.
Wow.
Dalli
Okay.
Six breaks women's hearts, destroys Jethro's dreams.
Yeah.
To quote Maui, you're welcome.
But yes,
Okay. So
members of the Mercury family, so to speak, do or did live not far
Mapley
from
Top.
me.
Mapley Top.
Like a 10-minute walk from my house.
Miss
But I don't know
Alpha
whether they
Road.
do. Yeah. I don't know whether they still do.
I can show you
now.
the invoice somewhere.
okay, I'm dying to know now. You've hinted on it several times. Not Australia. Fucking hell. USA. What's going on?
USA. So this is a surreal conversation.
It was more surreal when it happened.
So long story short, we have a band practice on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'll bring you up to speed to how we got to this point.
You got drunk.
I got drunk. I split up with my fiance and I didn't handle it very well, so I got drunk.
Yeah.
And I literally went online and found as many American record labels as I can. And I literally sent emails. This one label, I was determined that they was going to be the one that was going to make me a gajillionaire.
Right.
I sent them 54 emails.
And bear in mind, on their roster, they have people like members of Toto's solo stuff.
So literally, you know,
session work and stuff.
so literally, I sent 54 emails. And I took Jesse home after band practice. We go for a chip shop.
Aye.
Have kebab.
Gotta do it.
It's the most rockstar thing we could do.
Yeah.
And we always have a chat and a smoke, you know, because I put the ideas of the shit songs that I want him to cover. And all of a sudden the phone rang and it said Compton, USA, and I was like, I am not entertaining that.
That's a cold call.
And then all of a sudden, I was like, we need to listen to that. So we listened to this voicemail and we listened to it about 10 times.
Just making sure it was an actual thing.
And she said to, you know, hi Dalli, we've received your email, blah, blah, blah. We really want to work with you on some glam hair metal.
Yeah.
And I was like...
Even they couldn't pin it down.
And she was like, literally, you know, just give us a call and we'll see what we can do. And I was like, nah. So play it again and again and again and again. I dropped Jesse off, I went home, I got smashed out of my face. And I literally...
There's a recurring theme here.
I literally rang it back at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I was like, my name's Dalli Six.
Put me through to your leader.
He put me through, and literally this woman said the guy who runs the label was so impressed that you took the time to do 54 emails. So I literally went through my sent folder, put my head in my hands, and I was like, all right, yeah. And just like they really want to work with you and stuff, they sent the contract over to my solicitors, and my solicitors, he's gone through it several times under my instruction that this guy's crazy. and it's ironclad. It's literally. They want us to go over. They want us to do 3 months to record an album, and then.
Do you know where? Just my personal interest.
I can't remember what the studio's called that they want us to go via, but it's one local to their offices, which is Compton, California.
Oh, in Compton.
Yeah, so
okay.
You know, we're literally working on Lippstikk merchandise that's straight out of Compton.
Hell yeah!
And it's just this whole, and I've left it.
And that's not Compton Woods, right?
No, it's not Compton Acres in West Bridgford. This is literally.
That's acres, isn't it? Yeah.
And it's really funny actually because if Mr. Six pulls his phone out, obviously you people in podcast world cannot see this, but I literally had a conversation the other day. When was it? Thursday.
Going through his call list.
Yeah. But
There's a lot of premium rate numbers.
There we go.
Oh yeah, it's the plus ones there.
The last call that I received, and I was on the phone for 16 minutes, was from their offices in Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, Toronto, Ontario.
Yeah.
But the moral of this story, ladies and gentlemen and members of the jury, is persistence. Annoy the shit out of somebody until they give you what you want with record labels.
If you want help getting signed, please come see me. I'm very good at drinking. And I will literally spam anybody. And it's literally just
So turn up with beer, pay you to sit there and spam someone.
Literally.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I literally sent him, because on Reverb Nation, obviously, it's all the Lippstikk stuff. I literally sent
But it's the old stuff as well.
No, I believe it or not, I actually updated it. I literally put the awful recordings away. And I just spammed it. I don't know why. I think I needed something to look forward to. Obviously, I struggled a bit with breaking up with Dooflop. Yeah. So this all, you know, we're going to play a headline show at the Rescue Rooms end of April. I just need to confirm dates.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna have a laugh with it, and we're going to see. Eventually, Jesse will get his hands on the contract that 3 times I've attempted to send, and 3 times I've got that drunk. I've sent it to myself.
Which is always helpful. Even if CCing it to me would be helpful, but no.
I've got. So you're going to play the Rescue Room?
Yes.
Someone said the other day, and you totally shoot me down if this is the craziest thing you've ever heard. But someone said the other day, I'd love to play at the Rescue Rooms. And I said, well, how much is it to play at the Rescue Rooms? Go find out. You know enough other bands that just book the fucking venue.
Yeah.
And then charge people to stand. And he's a guy in a really good band that I reckon they could fill it.
This is the thing. I think a lot of people, they're scared to back themselves. And it's the thing of, as I said before, with the Notts Rock scene of... Oops, we've got the Joker giggling away to himself. The Notts Rock scene thing of the rising tide lifts all ships thing of, if, you know, you get 4 bands on a bill and say it's even 500 quid. I don't know what it is. I would guess 500 quid.
I reckon it'd be probably about that.
Yeah.
I think
It's like 125 a band, and then you're playing a big show for yourself. You can put some cash on the door, and even if you don't win, so to speak, you know, it's cost you, say it's a 400 quid door. You're down 100 quid, £25 a band, but then you've had a show at Rescue Rooms in front of a couple of hundred people, and it's to your own benefit. And I think there's that much concern with people of going, oh man, we don't want to spend money to get somewhere. like with the bands, not even with the fans and stuff. I mean, if
This
you turn around
podcast
to,
would get nowhere if I hadn't have spent a bit of money on it.
exactly, but it's the thing of if you turn around to your followers of your bands or your friends or whatever, and you go, look, we're playing this real big show for us. If all else, come to this one.
Yeah.
And you know, if you don't break even, whatever. If you do, great. If you make money, even better. But the fear that bands have of not backing themselves is kind of alarming to me. Like, if you're not willing to pay for yourself, who's going to pay to see you?
I'm okay, completely agree with that, because I think obviously the traditional way is to find a promoter who then puts on the thing and you get on their bill, and like we're saying here, you don't need to do that, especially if you want to do something like pay the rescue rooms. Let's say it's 500 quid.
Yeah.
Right. So you get four of the bands, right, and you divide the upfront fee.
Yeah.
So you say, right, okay, 5 bands, £100 each.
Yeah.
Right? Between them bands, then that's 4 players.
Yeah.
So that'd be 25 quid, maybe a bit more if it's 3-piece band.
Yeah.
And then that's everybody that's playing that night puts in 25 quid or thereabouts.
And that's
So then
that's
you
a cheap
charge.
night out.
So all you have to do to regain the 500 quid and pay everyone back the money is technically get 50 people through the door at 10 quid
Yeah.
to watch 5 bands.
Do you know something though?
Because that's crazy, isn't it?
£2 a band. I mean, come on. For somebody to you know, a lot of the bands in the scene, I will put it out there, they put their fucking heart and soul into it. They will go balls to the wall. I mean, I've done it myself, and I've seen other drummers come off where they have broken knuckles on snare drums. They're bleeding.
Yeah.
They're sweating to the point of pass out, which I've seen a few times. And people are like, no, I don't want to pay for it. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know something though? I would quite happily, if I thought we could sell out the rescue rooms, I would literally stand the cost of booking the venue.
Yeah.
Just because it's, for us, obviously, I said to you tonight, wherever this little crazy ass journey goes, I mean, they might take me to America and have me committed, because obviously, 54 emails is stalking in some places.
Yeah.
But if I could end a show in Nottingham and stand in front of all my friends and family, whether it's 450 people or whether it's 10,000 people, and end the Lippstikk whatever day, then I'm happy to do it. I would stand the cost for it. I'm quite happy to stand the cost for it.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to sell your body again.
Again, after the watershed.
But the best, what I would say to bands is, if you want to play a little intimate gig and have a laugh and enjoy yourself, book a studio.
Yeah. That's what you were talking about.
Yeah,
earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You talked last time that you played some intimate gigs.
Because for us,
It's a lot of fun. We get to test the water. Our friends have fun.
see, Lippstick's stage show is built on the fact that I spend more time twatting about with you than anything. I mean, the last gig we played, I fell up your drums.
Yeah.
There was actually video footage of that. So
You've never seen... I mean, there's the limb separation within drummers of maybe 3 to 4, 5 different limbs if you play drums a certain way with certain parts of your body.
Yeah.
Try playing catch with Dalli while playing.
can you imagine how bad it would have been 10 years ago?
Jesus.
I'd have killed you and the drum kit. Wow. No, but that's the thing, before we... Sorry to cut you off. We're doing a special cover for Valentine's Day, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
We can't tell you what it is, it's a surprise. But halfway through, Jesse didn't know what he was doing, so he just literally stopped and Ric Flair wooed. I have the video footage, it's the greatest thing you've ever seen in your life. And it's just, but that's how we are. Even at band practice, we're just
mess around, man.
dickheads.
And if you want to see what the equivalent of a dick on a head looks like live in person, we do have a list of show dates, if that's not a question.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you later, name what you're excited about in the upcoming 6 months, but if you want to give the dates, definitely.
We'll drop them now while we're on about it.
Yeah.
We have I don't know when's this coming out?
Not this Monday, next Monday.
Okay, that's fine, it's in time. I just don't want to drop dates that have gone by.
It's coming on the 12th of February.
Yeah.
So we do have a list of some dates in here, and some, obviously, like we said, with rescue rooms, dates and times to be confirmed and stuff like that. We have...
When they get back to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the Valentine's Day show, which is currently where we are in the Salutation on the 14th of February. We don't actually know when we're on in that bill, but come down and see all the bands.
Yeah.
Don't turn up for one. and fuck off for a fag and ignore the rest of the show. Turn up for everyone. If it's a £5 on the door, I don't even know how much it is on the door. Okay, I think it's free.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
I think there's a $1 charge.
Okay, but even so, if it's £3 and there's 3 bands on, you're paying £1 a band. You'd buy your pint at the show for more than that.
Do you know something? You need to come down and support everybody because we're running out of places to play.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think one of these bands is a road band, aren't they? They're coming from a bit further away.
I don't know.
Support everybody. You know, you don't have to go, oh, I like this band, but because I like this band, I can't go and watch this band. No, screw that. Support everyone. So, anyway, off my rant. 14th of February, salutation, Valentine's Day.
That was. I thought you'd be on that all day.
Oh, yeah. On the 29th of February, we have a show with a band that we love dearly, which is what would you say, legendary Notts band?
They're legendary.
Yeah.
With Grego and Scruffy Kid.
Yeah. 29th of February at Albert's in Nottingham, just down from Rock City and to the side of the rescue rooms. If you aim for both, the thing that you walk into is where we are.
Yeah.
We get to support Wraith.
Yeah, so it's
I
us.
fucking love Wraith. I literally I have all this shit on iTunes. I'm literally fangirling. And Scruffy Kid, I've known Scruffy Kid since I was a kid. And
it's just good.
I literally, when I put it on
That's to make sure I come along then.
Yeah, I literally put on Instagram, it's like fangirl moment for me because I fucking... Grego, he saw Lippstikk played and he was like, I'm definitely going to do something with Wraith. And then all of a sudden it's like, do you want to play? It's like, ah!
I'm sorry if that killed your ears.
So I literally had to compose myself long enough to type, yes, please.
But yeah, that show on the 29th at Albert's is a band called, I want to say Mordhau?
Mordau.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, because Matty
Mordau.
introduces the news each week.
Okay, yeah, so Mordhau.
You'll like them.
Cool. And Wraith with us. Don't know what the door charge is on that one. But
I think it's £8 on the day, £6 in advance.
okay, so buy them. There is a gigantic, whatever the fucking website's pronounced as. Gigantic. There is a gigantic ticket link, which is through our Facebook currently for that show. And with how well Wraith pull in, we like to pull in people at the very last minute. And Mordhau are going to pull in some guys too. You want to get those tickets now. You don't want to wait till the day. I know it's the saving £2 thing of getting it earlier. No, get them because otherwise you won't get one.
I mean, obviously we're lucky we don't have to buy a ticket because we're playing, but I would bought a ticket for that.
Okay.
I'm gutted I missed Wraith for acoustic at Foreman's. I was quite good about that.
Yeah, I saw photos of it and it looked really cool.
Yeah, the thing is, I've been sort of staying off Facebook because of
Stuff.
Mama.
Because it's Facebook.
Yeah, no, because I spend far too much time on there, and then I saw pictures of them playing an acoustic set, so I was like, well, fuck you, Facebook.
But other shows, there will be, as we talked about, the invitational shows, which is one of our ones at our practice space. They will predominantly go out as invite for that, but if we've got room left, there will be posts on the day of that, so it'll be a last minute thing of, hey, you're free today, come down, see us play. That will be a free show?
Yeah, free.
That's a free show, BYOB thing, but there is a bar down there that we set up for this show. All of those shows we do down there at our practice space.
Is that a cost to us?
Yeah, it's at a cost to us, but there's a bar. So either BYOB, come down, help us out because it's at the cost to us, and also help the studio out, buy beer. It's good. Pay your bills with beer. And there's also, as we spoke about, the one with Rescue Rooms, which is a date to be confirmed in April. So when we know about that ourselves, we will let you guys know.
Plus, it's worth mentioning July, I think, because we're shooting the video for I Don't Want Your Love.
Okay. That will be somewhere in July. There'll be posts around before that. That'll be casting posts and turn-up posts for fun. End of the day, it's going to be us dicking around. You guys can dick around too.
It is worth saying though, it is at a strip club, so if you are offended by anything like that, please just
and also don't 18 and over.
Yeah, so a strip club.
Yeah, because the song. I was going to make you dance on a pole. To be fair,
with my lovely long blonde hair.
Yeah, why the hell not? The video for I Don't Want You, if you've ever listened to the song, most of you are probably just like, oh yeah, no. But we're re-recording all the Lippstikk stuff at the minute because obviously that was the point of.
Yeah.
So we're going to make it bigger, better, And
It's gonna
who
be
doesn't want to see
ridiculous.
Jesse Ballroom spinning around on a pole?
Cool.
I'm there just for that. I've even bought him some special lipstick pants.
Hey, I didn't know about this, so it's news to me too.
We've literally had him on your love across the arsehole.
The whole.
The whole
Okay, question not in the questions.
question.
Okay.
Your songs.
Yes.
Where do you get the inspiration?
You're brave.
Right, so a few of the Lipstick's original songs, obviously, they were written by Nicky and Burridge. So I can only give you my interpretation of them.
Yeah.
I Don't Want Your Love to me is literally every girl I've ever been with that I've not ended up not wanting to be with. But at the end of the song, you want her back.
Yeah.
The songs I write are a little bit more darker, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
I knew this question was going to come up as well. So there's a song called To Die For, which I wrote for somebody. I don't really... I wrote it for somebody. It's basically, you know when you meet that one person you think you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with?
Yeah.
It's about that, and then at the end
You know what we were talking before?
Yeah.
We started the podcast.
Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
do know that.
Yeah, so, you know, and that's what To Die For is. And towards the end of that song, after events and stuff, I rewrote the last bit, which is change it to that person destroys you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it, really. You know, even now, after everything, I probably shouldn't do. I still dedicate it to said person.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of our other stuff is stuff that's for fun.
Yeah,
It's stuff that's to be relatable with, you know.
Lipstick. It's
yeah.
all our right. The easiest thing, man. All our songs are about hookers and women.
Yeah.
Cool.
Literally, that's it. There's no.
That makes sense.
So basically, what we'll do, we basically rewrote "Don't You," didn't we? By the
Yes.
Pussycat Dolls. So you know, if you listen to our version of "Don't You," it sounds nothing like the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah.
For a good reason.
Yeah, but do you know they've actually heard it?
Yeah, I've seen the
actually
Twitter from which one was it? Was it that Ashley girl in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, tweeted us with the version was I can't remember if they praised it or just went it's very different.
Yeah.
I think.
So, but yeah, all our songs, just songs about having fun. I mean, my favourite song that we do is "I Don't Want Your Love" because it's the song where everybody
Joins in and has
everybody
fun.
woes with us and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Jesse will tell you about our DVD shoot at the Tap. There was a
God.
geezer in a suit and a shirt and tie, and he had the most serious fucking
He was a
face.
stern-looking
And
guy.
I looked at him, I think it was during 80s Kid. And
Yeah,
I literally stopped while I was there. I was like, by the end of this, you're going to be eating out of my fucking hand.
you will be dancing.
And do you know, when I Don't Want Your Love come on at the end, it literally, he was woe-woeing, his tie had come undone. It was like, do you know that exact moment there? I was like,
Yeah.
done it. Do you know what I mean? And that's
Cool.
That's what it was all about.
I mean, we speak about it all the time between myself and Dalli of we like to take people out of whatever crap they got going on. You know, they've got problems at home, their job, their friends, or whatever. We like to take people out of that, even if it's for half an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
God, if they let us go on long enough, it'd be all day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like this podcast is, we've probably done too. Sorry if we're boring you.
No.
And we like to take people out of whatever they've got going on. Have a good time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Me and Jesse, obviously, me and Jesse are really close, so we spend as much time as we can together. You know, we write most of the stuff together.
But you
now.
haven't made him an ex-wife yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, give it time.
Tried. I can't find a ring that he likes. That's what I'm struggling with at the minute. But we
There's
literally
only one he wants.
not mine.
Sorry.
Not mine.
I'm really sorry for that.
And again,
I could not help that.
Again, this is not helping the thing of if you Google me after the watershed.
It's just backing up the story. No, but we literally said on the way here, like
Yeah.
I literally went on this rant because, you know, I've done silly things in the past. And I literally said that for that exact moment, you see, when I stand on that stage, I'm not somebody's, for instance, I'm not somebody's daddy, I'm not somebody's boyfriend, husband, ex-fiance, ex-boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
For an hour, I'm somebody that can take somebody else's pain away.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what anybody's going through here. You don't know how many people suffer with depression and stuff, you know. People think depression is a myth. It's not, you know, I've suffered with it, you know.
I'm
Jesse
the same.
suffered with it. You yourself, the bass player Mick, bless him, he struggled with it. You know, my ex-missus, both of them horrendously with depression. And if we can make somebody smile, even for a brief minute, if we can take the pain that somebody's going through, just for one song, maybe two songs, then we can walk off that stage happy.
We've done our job at that point.
And that's it. That's what this was always about. It was never about being multi-millionaire rock stars, although an overdose on cocaine and bitches would be very welcomed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be very welcomed. But
That's what music is, isn't it? It's
Exactly. Exactly.
It's a verbal and musical vomit of emotion, isn't it?
Exactly. See?
If we can stick our happy bits onto you for just 30 seconds.
Also, to be fair, if you're feeling really depressed, I will wave my sneaky big penis at you.
Oh, believe me, I have witnessed this, as we said earlier in the show. I have unfortunately been one of the people that has had to witness it numerous times.
Oh, God. I feel like Meatloaf, it's all coming back to me now.
Oh,
Can I throw that in?
the puns are coming out now, aren't they? Right. Each of you, what is your most treasured musical object? And it doesn't have to be an instrument.
Oh, mine's my Schecter.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, like this. To see my children once, I had to pawn my Schecter.
Yeah.
And the people around me that care,
Hello.
Jesse Burns, my friend Joey, all of Lippstikk, they literally sort of, between them, sorted out and I got it back.
Wow.
And that's mine.
Yeah.
That's mine.
See, mine's not as emotionally sentimental. Mine's just because I can laugh at a drum company that made a fuck up and it cost them thousands. I'm not going to mention the brand. They sent me a kit that I had custom ordered from America, and it turned up, and they'd sent me the wrong snare drum that they were meant to send to, at the time it was the drummer of Trivium.
Oh.
They were meant to send it to him, and it had been sent to me, and then they were sending me emails saying, can you post us this back? We'll send you these t-shirts, this albums, and this, that, and the other. And I was kind of thinking, there's a reason for this, and I'd managed to weasel my way around and found out why they wanted it back. And yeah, I've still got it. They did not get that.
Is that the drum kit that currently resides in the House of Six?
Yeah, but it's only the snare from that. The rest of that kit was that custom order anyway.
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
But that's because we had a crash.
Do you know how many times I fell out with Logan's mum over that damn drum kit?
With that drum kit though, that's there because there's a weird story actually that is with the DVD show.
Yes.
When we had the guy dancing in a suit and this, that, and the other.
Mr. Six's prized possession.
Yeah, we managed to be in a fairly severe car wreck the day after that, going to pick our gear up from that show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the young lad that hit the car really, you've never seen eyes as wide. But we'd gone to pick our gear up, got completely decimated side on.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
In my baby, in my Dodge.
Yeah, that's why we no longer arrive in a tank that's been imported from the States.
Yeah, I worked my whole life with windows and stuff to buy my Dodge.
Yeah.
And
about 3 weeks? No.
I had it 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And literally, I was more upset because the day before, my ex-missus was within the car, and obviously she was pregnant with Logan.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, if she'd have been there, you'd have...
Yeah.
But yeah, so I literally dived out of this car, and the night before's makeup
Was still on.
and I literally, on the phone, and to this insurance company, and it was like, it's okay, we'll sort it. And I looked at the lad, I was like, telling them on the phone I was going to rip his head off, just because it was my Dodge, man. It was my Dodge.
Yeah.
It looked like a Range Rover, didn't it?
Yeah.
And literally...
From that, there was going round Goose Fair roundabout me trying to hold the passenger door on.
They
where it
damaged
hit
all the
me.
pillar and stuff. It was literally... The car was a write-off.
Yeah. They crunched the door shut on me. Sorry. Yeah, they managed to crunch the door shut on me, and yeah, we was having to hold that on with all my drums and stuff in the car, driving it back.
Bloody hell.
So, Lippstikk, we're good at making fuck-ups and other people fucking our shit up.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, what are you excited about in the upcoming 6 months?
Well,
Or is it your shows?
we have those shows to do. Hopefully, once we've done a bit more of this negotiation and stuff with this organisation.
Yeah, go to Lanky Doodle Town.
Yeah, hopefully we can arrange the stuff with the good old US of A, if they will let us into the country.
United States of Canada.
Alright. But yeah, it's just working stuff with the band stuff. I mean, as we said, for other people, trying to make them smile and this, that, and the other. It also makes us smile. You'll see us doing stupid shit on stage, as we've said to each other. It's an escape for us, as we hope it is for other people.
It's all scripted.
Yeah, we're predetermined. We're predetermined. I'm winning the title.
I can assure you, it's not scripted. I mean, but yeah, we're just excited. I mean, we're finally excited to get some proper recordings done because the stuff's been around. But I'm more excited for the video.
Yeah,
more than anything, literally.
That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah. See Jesse Bones on a pole.
Cool.
It's going to happen.
Right, I'm going to ask you the last question and then I'm going to have another pint.
Fair enough.
Last question, here we go.
We've drove him to drink.
You're going to love this one.
The next question is, who wants to be a millionaire?
Me.
Damn it. Right, ready?
If you believe it, in your opinion, what makes the Notts alternative scene great?
Us. No, not us. We make it fucking god awful.
Because I love the start to this first half, to this second half even.
Okay, so, what makes the Notts scene great?
If you believe it, if you don't.
Personally, I think aspects of it are fantastic. I think the two-faced snidey motherfuckers, and they know who they are.
And you get them everywhere.
You do, but I think that's what ruins the scene. I think the problem is, I can't really say anything nice about it. My circle,
Yep.
great. My alternative circle,
Yep.
couldn't say a bad word about anybody.
Cool.
Some members of the scene that claim to be in your circle are just like cockwombles.
Yeah.
But
we're not the ones that are willing to drag people down, so we're not going to name names.
Yeah, we're not really.
that's cool.
It's stupid to that level.
But on the complete opposite hand with that, I mean, there is certain bands that we absolutely adore from around. Down and One have done a lot of shows with us in the past. They've done a lot of shows for us when we've done promo.
They are great guys.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
My friend Rich used to be the bass player.
A lot of guys from within the scene that are absolutely great. I mean,
Corpses, I love the Corpses boys as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, flirting with
Well,
them.
at one point we was in the Corpses.
Yeah.
They do a lot around the scene as well. I mean, Sammy puts on his club night event things.
Yeah, Hex.
Books bands for that.
Witch Tripper,
yeah. Again, they've been very supportive of us.
Gaz has just left, but Gaz just...
Yeah. Stellar, dude.
You can't see my actions, but he's getting the...
He's getting the okay and the thumbs up. And
I when I saw that news, I was a bit like, wow.
I was gutted.
Yeah, same.
I was gutted because he literally came from playing to watch us play at the tap, didn't he?
Yeah.
He literally came down,
still dripping from playing a show.
I think that's the thing, like with us. I mean, Kelsey and the Embers, they play with us all the time.
Yeah.
For like they're like this little alternative like poppy rock band, but the singer is fantastic, and
They're super tight as well.
The drummer is really good as well. It's like he looks just like the guitarist from Lipstikk, almost identical.
So much like if you put them next to each other, you would probably have to uncross your eyes.
And no one's ever seen them in the same room together, so
Yeah,
just saying.
He's not Batman, but he may be the same guy.
All right.
But I mean, this guy's around the scene as well, yourself included, Mr. Jethro.
Thank you.
Again, like people like Baz Savage, Matt Minor,
Six.
Shut up. Shut up, bitch, I'm trying to talk. Yeah.
Damn it.
Again, we spoke about him last time we were on the show, Chris from Ike Productions.
Yes,
Yeah.
Chris.
Holy crap, the stuff that guy does for promotion of the Notts scene. I mean, I remember when he started, I must have been 16, 17, because he's the same age as me.
Back in my day, joined before the war.
Exactly.
I'm glad you started talking. I need to text him.
Fair enough. But I remember,
Welcome, Chris.
I remember the scene around that time of the rock scene and stuff, because I mean, I've been playing shows around Nottingham since I was 14.
Yeah.
I remember those shows of, you'd struggle, unless you were a big band that was coming from out of town or whatever, to pull more than 10, 15, 20 people. And then Chris started and he built his brand and he built the bands up within his brand and the bands he likes to work with and this, that and the other. And he's done so much for the Notts scene in promotion of shows, building it up. Because now there's bands that have played for him, even when they're not playing for him and they're doing their own shows, because of what he's done, the attendance is higher and it works better for everyone. His work with Macmillan, obviously he books Macmillan Fest every year, or did. Yeah, the guy's
Don't look
phenomenal.
too much into this statement, but also he's done it the right way.
Oh, yeah.
From what I can tell.
Yeah, he treats the bands right. He tries to do what he can monetarily for bands. He tries to do everything he can. Guys, just, I don't have more than 2 thumbs, but there's 3 thumbs up for the guy. Like, fucking fair fucks. I believe that's me on that one.
That's cool.
Sound.
Is there anything else you'd like to say before we bring it to a close?
Oh, let's see. Let's give shout-outs before we leave.
Okay.
Butt plug.
Butt plug.
Shout out to butt plugs. Butt plugs everywhere.
So,
I mean, if you use them for pleasure or medicinal use, medicinal butt plugs, buy them now.
shout out. Who do I want to shout out to?
Adam's hangover. Because he's
Hangover. To Lippstick's guitarist, Hangover. God bless you. You saved him hours of excruciating nonsense talk.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank my dear friend Jesse Bones because, he turned up today. I'd like to thank myself because I managed to get out of bed.
I'm willing to thank the guys at the podcast for putting us on. Karen from the Salutation for providing me with more coffee than is humanably possible to drink. Humanably?
I'd also like to thank
That's how caffeinated I am.
the award for this academy, or the other way around. Jethro, of course, for being able to stomach this. To every former Mrs. Six, who clearly drove me to the point of insanity that I had to change my name and wear makeup.
Because he don't want your love. It's not quite the song, but
Whoa.
there's going to be someone stood at the bar singing that.
Yeah, literally. And no, literally just everybody that's ever supported Lippstikk or Citizen Shit or any other band that we've been in.
I want to also, within this, I want to give a shout to Nim.
Nim.
For many reasons, but the biggest one of Nim for me is the one of he's the only person within our show when anytime we do it, there is the start of 80s Kid. Dalli tries to clap with the drum groove on the start of 80s Kid, and I'm not sure at this point if it's a running joke or not, but it's like the Aussie clap, where you're looking at him going, just find the beat. Please, just find the beat. You're nowhere near it. And I look down and I can see Nim completely ignoring him and actually being in time. And it makes me so happy.
And you know something though, Nim travels quite far. And I'll tell you another one, Kel.
Yeah.
Kel.
Shout out to Kel, definitely.
Definitely
she's had some shit lately.
Yeah, she had some major surgery and she's still, I took her a signed Lippstikk vest and she loved it. So
yeah, she's just super cool with everything, man.
Just everybody. But shout out to everyone that puts up with my shit, puts up with your shit.
Yeah, and comes out to our shows. I mean, we roll through dancers more often than any people we've ever seen. The two dancers,
Charlotte and Christiana, we've started having them and they've been a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
They keep us.
We've locked them down to be part of our show now, which is really good. So we're not rotating them now. We actually have consistent
and
people.
You know what, actually, Nikki and Burridge, because if they hadn't have had this dream of forming a glam metal band, Lippstikk wouldn't stand here now.
Yeah.
But mainly to me, because I'm stupid enough to keep this shit going.
And I have to just put up with it, so.
Yeah.
Shout out to me.
All joking aside, literally everyone that stands by us, no matter who they are, whether they are, like, say, an ex or whatever, they literally, it doesn't matter. If you've ever bought a Lippstikk t-shirt, if you've ever thought about buying one and I've not had them made, but just the fact you've kept it going when...
Yeah, you've all stood behind us in various different ways, and we could not thank anyone enough, not nearly enough. So keep it up because we love you and it's great.
Cool.
And we won't mention any names, but a special thank you to somebody who is more psychotic than I am.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, lads, thank you very much.
It's been a
Hey, thank you too, man.
Thank you very much, Nots Rockers, for listening to NottsRockCast over YouTube. If you would like to check us out on your favourite podcast player, please search NottsRockCast. And don't forget, if you're on social media platforms, give us a like, give us a share. You'll find us at NottsRockCast. Anyway, till next time, keep it Nots, keep it rocks.
NottsRockCast is an association with Regular Riot. to NottsRockCast, the Notts Alternative Scene podcast. And here is your host, Jethro D, bringing you everything Notts and Rock.